Planning the day in advance always works out for me, but since I didn't do it yesterday, I'm just jotting down the things that need to be completed today so that I can have an idea of what things to focus on, and that'll also keep the clutter out of my mind. Even though this vlog was shot almost a month ago, I had started to realize the fact that it's going to be the last few days in college, the last few days of theory classes, the last few days of having all the fun that we used to have during our theory classes, during our postings, and basically the last few days of student life. So I wanted to cherish each day and I decided to document this day. The 8 to 9 lecture was cancelled, and we had one theory class followed by which we had to attend our medicine postings. There was some time before the theory classes began, so I decided to just revise through the medicine notes of the previous day's case discussion, which was an interesting case of Parkinsonism. We had taken the complete case and also did complete examination. There were a few findings like that of exaggerated reflexes, like we checked the knee reflex, ankle reflex. We also observed the typical mask-like face along with the cogwheel rigidity at the wrist. Also, we saw the glabellar type sign, which was positive. Seeing patients presenting cases and learning is the best form because it helps us remember the concepts for a longer period of time. Hi guys, good evening. So I came back home and in college we had two theory classes today, one of obstetrics and gynecology and other of pediatrics. Later we also had postings, general medicine postings, and there we took a case of thalassemia, which is basically a disorder of blood where RBCs are not formed properly and hence it requires repeated blood transfusions. So that patient he didn't have any attender also, so he was all alone. He was almost 29 years, just a little older than us, but yeah, he has been taking blood transfusions every once in every 3 months. So we examined that case, and also we saw a patient with chorea, which is basically involuntary movements of the limbs. That was an elderly patient actually. She had come because of some other problem, but since this was a finding, we also saw this. There was another interesting case of valvular heart disease, but we couldn't take that due to time constraints. Hopefully, we would be able to examine that case on Monday because today is Friday and tomorrow is second Saturday, so we won't be having our not second actually fourth Saturday, so we won't be having our college. So let's see. On other note, I just received this parcel, so I'm just gonna quickly unbox it and see what's in there. This is the first book that I got. It is titled You Only Live Once, and the summary or the brief idea of the story that is narrated in the cover, it seemed really interesting, so I wanted to give it a try. Also, it's my first time reading this author's book. I don't know how it's properly pronounced, so yeah. And the second is this book called Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius is a famous Stoic philosopher, and I have come across various Stoic quotes given by him, and it's really inspiring. It's really, it gives a fresh perspective of life. So I really wanted to try out this book. I don't know if it's actually just about meditations or about life in general, but yeah, it was on my list for a long time, so I just got my hands on this book.
नानी को आराम करना चाहिए लेट अस सी अरे क्या लेट अस स्लीप 8 साल से तो सो रही थी अब तो जागी है
Since it was a weekend tomorrow and it was a perfect cozy weather, so I watched some more YouTube while having this warm peppermint tea. Later, I read a few basics of CNS examination because the case discussion that happened yesterday made me realize that there is a lot of things to be read and to be understood. Also, since it was a weekend, I would have ample amount of time to complete the CNS examination. It's 9:30 right now and I'm feeling really tired. Today was not so productive, maybe because the weekend laziness already got to me, and I did watch a movie and then also chilled for a while. I just read a few topics of CNS examination. I still had to study cranial nerves, motor system, and sensory examination, which probably I'll do tomorrow. I'm just gonna make my to do list for tomorrow and then call it a day today.